This video describes how to navigate and utilize IPDAE's playbook for Florida IET programs. In 2021, the Florida Department of Education established guidance for IET program implementation in response to the reauthorization of the Federal Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act that required states provide integrated education and training services. IPDAE's new IET Playbook builds upon the FDOE's guidance to provide plug-and-plays for IET program administrators across Florida. This video will briefly discuss components of the playbook and show how program administrators can utilize the playbook to implement high-quality IET programs in their local contexts. The IET Playbook includes plug-and-plays for overall planning and 4 major work streams of planning and implementing an IET. These were included in the playbook based off of Florida program administrator feedback. Program administrators can choose to consume this playbook chronologically and in its entirety, or by resource and section as needed. This graphic in the playbook navigation section explains how program administrators might review and use the resources included in the playbook. For example, if a program administrator is planning for a new program, but the administrator does not know what program to implement, they may start with step 1 of the IET checklist. If a program administrator is planning for a new program and the administrator knows what program to implement, they may start with step 7 of the checklist. Both of these program administrators may review the IET checklist and then navigate to the appropriate resources and sections within the playbook as needed. If a program administrator is already implementing a program and they want to reflect on the program's quality and/or progress, they may start by self-assessing their program with the IET quality rubric and then navigate to the appropriate resources and sections within the playbook as needed. If a program administrator is already implementing a program and they have a specific question or issue to solve for, they may navigate to a related section to utilize a specific resource or read about an existing program's implementation with various case studies. While the contexts in which IET programs are implemented vary widely to meet the needs of specific groups of learners, the high-level actions required to plan for an IET program remain consistent. The IET checklist includes essential actions program administrators should take to ensure they implement a high-quality IET program, and underneath each action are more detailed steps for program administrators to take. Each step has associated readings and/or resources, including resources from the Office of Career and Technical Education, the Florida Department of Education, and all resources included directly in the playbook. Program administrators can utilize the checklist as their primary resource and proceed through the remainder of the playbook accordingly, or administrators can proceed through the playbook chronologically, referring to the checklist as indicated by each section. Each of the remaining playbook sections aligns to IET work streams: partner engagement, learner support services, curriculum and instructional materials, and funding. And each section includes short narrative on the workstream and plug-and-play resources that can be downloaded or accessed and immediately utilized for IET planning. For example, the curriculum and instructional materials section introduces how instructional materials may be utilized in an IET program according to WIOA and provides a visual of the process program administrators might utilize to select instructional materials. Then, the playbook includes 5 quality indicators that program administrators may utilize to reflect upon the quality of instructional materials they already have or are considering selecting. A link to an existing resource sits at the bottom of the page for program administrators who have already reviewed the quality of their materials and wish to develop their own or adapt existing materials. Finally, case studies of programs who have implemented high-quality instructional materials discuss the materials, their implementation, and the selection process for those materials. Program administrators will find similar content and resources across all playbook sections. This concludes the how to navigate and utilize the Florida IET Playbook video. Thank you for your work in supporting Florida's adult learners and adult education system.